I wonder when my interviewee is coming in. Yes, come in. Welcome. Please enter. Yeah, I'm so excited to be interviewing you. How are you? Come, have a seat. Don't be shy, don't be timid, don't be anxious, just have a seat. Welcome to my office. So, yes, blue ink or black? Blue ink. How are you? Really, how are you? Well, congratulations on the engagement. You probably know why you were here today. I'm sorry to hear about recent happenings, but if you could just kindly tell me everything word for word that went down that day. Yes, today's the 20th. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I know. And I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so truly sorry to hear what happened. You didn't deserve that. Honestly, this one isn't for the press. But they screwed you over really hard. Yeah. So you were involved in a wreck that involved 10 other people, and you tried to file a lawsuit, but even the lawyers wouldn't work with you. Okay. And why is that? Why do you think that was the case? It's dreadful, I know. And if you'd like a tissue box, it's over in the corner. But I'm sure you probably have had plenty of time in the last month to cry about this. And even though thankfully you're not grieving, it's still a painful process to be just screwed over so hard that way, you know? Like, it was pretty much, was it $1 million lawsuit? Yeah. And they rejected it. What would you like the public to know about this case? And is there something like a GoFundMe you would like? I understand you lost your car and all possessions in your vehicle. Yes. That must have been a form of grief. My apologies for assuming. So you're grieving over your things, you'd say, to this day? Yeah. It feels like you lost everything in a hurricane. I understand completely. Oh, really? How did you lose a friend over this ordeal? And what was that like? What emotions were going on in your mind while dealing with this ordeal and losing that friend? Just give me like a really good feeling or vibe for that. Just so I can write it in the newspaper. Yes, this will be aired on television too at 7 o'clock. Channel 2. Yeah. So on a level of 1 to 10, how stressful was this whole ordeal to you? Well, I'm certainly hoping the media can help you with your case. You were also involved, and the reason why I chose to interview you today is because your story was quite fascinating. You were also involved in another wreck a month before that, involving one of the same people. Why do you think that happened? Was it fate, destiny, God? Do you believe in God? What's going on there? What do you think's happening? Uh-huh. So you would say you come from a enlightened or spiritual background. Okay. What was your family like? How did you grow up? Just some questions about you. It's okay if you don't want to answer anything, I understand. Or you don't want some private business out there. Really? You almost got fired because of this story? You were starting to get a lot of attention on YouTube? Are you a YouTuber? No, you just kind of posted a video talking your story. Okay, and how many donations did you get for your sister's injuries? Wow, a whopping 50,000. So you've already garnered plenty of cash to help her out. That's still not enough to cover her expenses, I see. So, tell me more about your story, your background, your family. Are you and your sister close? How did that all begin? Why do you think she had to be there that day in the car with you? Yeah. Yeah, I do believe in destiny, I would say. Oh, it's okay. Don't be ashamed. You can say it. Look, I've been in journalism for quite a while. I'll make sure I write a hell of a story. So, basically, what I'm hearing you say is you two weren't that close, but you still feel bad for what happened that day. Wow, you guys actually got in a fight 2 days before that. Okay, so do you regret that fight? And why not? Right. That's a good head on your shoulders. You have star quality. I will enjoy writing about you. And I'm sure others will enjoy reading this tale. Even though it's not a fictional tale. It might feel fictional to some, though. They might question my credibility as a writer because this is quite an unusual story. So what's going on with the person that's been involved in 2 wrecks in the same month with the same person, you and them? Have you been in contact with them? Have they been involved with a legal situation? What's happening there? Give us the good tea, okay? Make it great. Wow. Now that's a scandal. I'm not sure I can write about that unless you really give me permission. Okay, because I can get in trouble if I write something that you end up saying like, oh no, you shouldn't have wrote about that. I'm suing you, So you knew their boyfriend and they cheated on with your ex-partner. Would you not say that was karma? I'm sorry, I have to ask the question. So you had 2 similar involvements with someone that knew you. Fascinating. This is enough for a movie script. Probably even a book. Well, I'll say. Okay. How old are they? Okay, that's private. I understand. Would you be willing to, be offered a price for that private information? Let's say an interview on a place like The View, maybe for $10,000 for a 5-minute talk. You'd rather respect privacy. I understand. You have morals. That's great, but not so good in my business. So, let's ask the really deep questions. Did you have fantasies about that person? I just have to ask. Okay, that's private. That's fine. Oh, Nigel Robinson. What? I didn't say anything. So, what else do we have to know about you? Let's add in a random fact about you. Do you like reading books? Do you like plays? What's something that you like? Lemon cookies, sorbet? Give us something juicy. Just I like adding a little seasoning to my text. I don't like just writing the facts. I like the reader to really smell, taste, touch, feel, even kinesthetically, what I'm writing about. So a little information about you helps them get to know you as a person. Clearly you have brown hair, blue eyes, and you're 35. So I already know that, but give us a little something extra so that, in case you get a movie written about you and you get some extra paycheck or two, they'll be able to know more about you, okay? Yes, you'll receive a copy of my notes. Now, and I'll make sure everything's fact-checked. Give us something scandalous and dark, like, have you ever done something bad, like not pay your taxes, or steal? Anything that has nothing to do with the story. Oh, honey, if you want to be a star, you gotta write something scandalous, like Anna Nicole Smith scandalous. You're not trying to be, you're just trying to get your story out. No, sit down. There's no need to walk away. I just want to push the limits a bit in the interviewees. I want to see how far you're willing to take things. That helps me get to know you as a person. So I'll back off. I understand you have your limits, you have your morals. So let's backtrack a little bit to more of the story. Do you find that you may be doing some of this for attention? You didn't have to come here today. Do you find that you may be finding yourself really in a dark, twisted place because of dark, twisted scenarios? Or do you feel like this hasn't changed you as a person? Well, of course it's changed you, but I have to ask the dark, deep questions to get the most out of you, honey. It's nothing personal to me. Don't hate the writer. Have you been to a psychologist to evaluate your brain? Maybe something may be going on that's a little wrong. Maybe you were distracted on the wheel, or you distracted someone when you should have been driving and paying attention. I'm on to you. But okay, there's a reason the lawsuit was canceled, was it not? Have you ever thought maybe you're not the victim after all? Oh, if this is too much for you, then I will stop diving deeper. But, pressure and trauma often helps us get to know our real selves. And maybe I just might push you closer to that goal of knowing yourself. So let's backtrack a little bit. Would you say others are the victim or the villain in this case? And do you feel sorry for getting so many people involved in such a big wreck, such a big scene that's affected so many lives? I mean, I even interviewed poor little Billy the other day. He came in here and he said he still can't sleep at night and his mama has to comfort him. How do you feel about causing so much damage? All right, that's a good principle to live by. Speaking of that, what do you want most in life? Have you ever thought about that before you decided to harm so many people's lives? I apologize. I'll stop pushing for a story. Okay. So you don't feel selfish and you don't feel bad? I understand your position, and I probably might feel the same way when everything happened according to you, allegedly, so unintentionally and so quickly that you definitely were not intending to cause that much of a scene. And I saw on the security footage that you looked like you were fighting with someone. You didn't immediately jump out of the car and ask if everyone was okay. No, you didn't call the police. You just immediately started arguing with the man you hit in front of you, who hit another person, who hit another family, who hit someone on their bike, who hit someone else on their bike, who hit a truck. So I'm just saying, why didn't you were overwhelmed. All right. I understand. I definitely do not intend to overwhelm you, hon, but this business is for the tough, not the weak and frail. So if you are thinking of getting a movie out of this, you probably have to start reading books on thicker skin. May I recommend you some? Okay, well, give me an email or call or text and I'll throw you some advice, free advice. Well, I thank you for allowing me to interview you today. This was way juicier of a story than I would have even dreamed possible 10 minutes ago. I think we have all the deets, and this will make a better story than Harry Potter. Honestly, this is gold. This is priceless. Now, may I ask for your signature, please, to authorize me to publish this story on your behalf? Oh my, you have such a long signature. Let's see. Oh, your signature is large and in charge, honey. Darling, you do ask for attention. I think there's more you learned about yourself today that meets the eye. Okay, but I'm not playing God, am I? I'm just the writer. All right, so let me just quickly skim over my notes quietly to myself, if you don't mind. Give me 2 minutes and feel free to practice your breathing exercises. You've already been through so much. I have some strawberry lemonade over there and some chocolate chip granola bars. Don't scratch that. Can I ask you a question? Did you end up in grad school? Because I don't buy this story one bit. You must have attended creative writing or something. Are you sure this all happened, or are you trying to have the law on your side? I was also a part-time interrogator, so excuse me for my pushiness, but there's something about you that I don't want to believe. But I genuinely believe you have a heart, which is good. Okay, how about I interview with you again tomorrow? Next Tuesday, I'll be in Miami. You can come there? Okay. I can have someone fly you in. From Columbus, that's no problem. Okay. Well, suit yourself. I guess you really don't need the money. Okay. Well, it's been an honor and privilege to meet you, and I will be interviewing the rest of the family. And last time I checked, they are not too pleased with you, because you've basically ruined their life. But I'm not the lawyer, am I? So, there's the door. What a messed up story. I hope I get a paycheck for that movie role.